And we are live. Happy Monday, January 20th. Wonder Fanatics. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Um, just before we celebrate this awesome day in sports, very important date in history. Enjoy your day off. Traditionally, fantastic day in sports, but today with that NBA slate and college football playoff championship tonight, Notre Dame, Ohio State. Let's remember that this day came from an event of hate, not of love. But nonetheless, happy Monday. Good to have you back. Long weekend of sports, great weekend of sports, great NFL playoffs. So much to talk about, so much to discuss. We have the chat is open. Remember, you can call this number 424-299-1235 at any point today during the episode. We'll bring you in. I will actually move the do not disturb off of the Wunderfan phone. How we doing? How's it going? We got King of Birds in the chat. He's probably fired up. King of Birds, of course, is a diehard Eagles fan. You know, I have some thoughts about the NFL playoffs. My immediate reaction is, as a Niners fan, Rams, Eagles, I hope they both lose. Right? I think that's respectable. But I called Eagles weeks ago because I knew that, frankly, the Lions weren't going to get it done. I knew that Dan Campbell, it wasn't when it wasn't if, it was when, right? That's just how it goes with that kind of play calling. Like, and the Commanders, the cardiac Commanders beating the Lions. I think in a nutsack competition, I actually said it. I had the Commanders. I believe that they could do it. They could pull it off. If you look at how good the Commanders are on fourth down and how gritty they've been and everything's centered around Jaden Daniels. Yeah, I think you'd much rather have Jaden Daniels on a 4th and 1 than Jared Goff. Jared Goff, the pumpkin game, it came. Everyone thought there was no way it was going to happen. This is the year Jared Goff. Like, Jared Goff is an MVP candidate for weeks. And we have our first call. Here we go. Good morning. This is the Wunderfan Show. I didn't even get through my intro. I'm assuming this is the King of Birds.
How'd you guess?
Well, I saw the Pennsylvania location. You're on the chat. You're dialed in. How we doing, King of Birds?
Good. How about you? Great round. Detroit lost. We're hosting the championship. I feel good.
You feel good?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to that's what I wanted to discuss, is that as much fun as it's been for the Eagles, a lot of good playoff games that they just look pretty dominant. It's a little scary yesterday.
Yeah.
I feel like hosting the Commanders is technically, as much as you guys know the Commanders, isn't that exactly what Washington wants as well? It's just a sibling fight at this point.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be a brawl, but I think our pass rush is so good with Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, and then when you got Jordan Davis out there, you got the 1-2-3 punch, the three amigos out there. I think we will get Jaden Daniels, and we'll force him to get out that pocket where Vaughn or some of our linebackers or safeties are able to make that play. We force him to throw it deep. We got an interception there for some of our safety or corners,
I forgot, King of Birds, that you're just literally a freaking genius, and that when you're not watching this show, you're probably watching tape or pretty much on the field calling plays. I forgot that I'm dealing with a defensive coordinator over here. So you're fired up. You're not worried. You think Big Brother takes care of Little Brother. Any predictions, scoring predictions, anything you have for me that I could put on social media, a clip?
Yes, I do. I've wanted to do this for a long time. The clip. Thank you. So I got the score going. I'm still shaky with Elliott. So I got 26-24. Let's see if I'm right. And I don't know. But I do have one, though. I do have Jalen Hurts' rebound game and A.J. Brown, 225 yards for Hurts and 100 yards for Brown.
Wow. Okay, so you're going back to the well. You're thinking it's a big game for Hurts in the air and a big game for Brown, who's been doing a lot of heavy reading, by the way. It seems like he's really taking his hard 75 pretty seriously. He's got to get that 15 minutes of reading every day.
All right. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. Well, hey, King of Birds, always appreciate the call, man. We got to move on to another caller, but you're the man. Good luck with your birds. Yeah, absolutely. We got you, King of Birds. Your Majesty, take care. Thank you. He's always great. King of Birds is awesome. That dude, don't let his the sound of possibly a 10-year-old or 11-year-old scare you from the fact that that dude knows a lot of shit about Eagles football. He came in hot with he name dropped Tanner McKee. First time I ever talked to him, I said, "Can I get a name?" And he said, "No." He hung up and he came back. He said, "Actually, I'm the King of Birds. I want to hear your thoughts on Tanner McKee." That right there is a football guy. Love it. I think if you're a Commanders fan, you're in heaven right now. I think if you're an Eagles fan, you may also think you're in heaven right now. I'll tell you who's in hell. Every single fan of the New York Giants. If you're a New York Giants fan, you are in hell. If you're a Cowboys fan, you've been in hell. And so, like, watching two members of your division duke it out for a chance to go to the Super Bowl, that doesn't make your hell any less hellish. It's just like, accepting dog shit. You're already in hell. Like, come on. It's you know nothing but pain, like in the last 30 years, that this is nothing. It's a write-off. But for Giants fans, the fact is, remember when Danny DeVito, or not the Penguin, excuse me, Tommy DeVito. Remember when Tommy DeVito, the Italian, who everyone was like, man, this guy's the truth, you know? Hey, Paulie, but everything we got 2 units on this DeVito guy. I trust him. Okay, well, when DeVito won, what was it, 3 or 4 games, had like a semi-important insanity run that amounted to nothing. Yeah, that might have been actually more harmful than positive in the end. See, that knocked you out of potentially getting a really, really good draft. You got Malik Neighbors. Cool. That's great. But could you have gotten Jaden Daniels? Could you have been in the running for Caleb Williams? I mean, specifically Jaden Daniels. And then let's say you get Jaden Daniels. Is that enough to possibly keep Saquon Barkley interested? I mean, right now, if you're a Giants fan, you're watching your beloved running back do exactly what you know he can do against other playoff teams. He's going to walk into the Super Bowl. But before he can do that, he's going to play the quarterback you could have drafted had you not gone and done your own little Walmart Linsanity run with Tommy DeVito. I mean, your actions have consequences. And like, sure, you win 4 games in a row. And I know nobody wants to tank and nobody wants to like professionally lose because that sucks. Right? If you're fading your favorite team, gambling wise, good. But if you're a fan, you always want to root for you guys to win. You just want you want the underdogs to. That's just natural. Sometimes it's not good for you. But no matter what team you're rooting for, watch this ad read. No matter who you're rooting for, you always win when you use Wunderfan. Oh boy, I landed the plane right in the Hudson. So, Wunderfan, if for any who don't know, if you're watching the stream live or however you're finding me, Wunderfan is perfect for any game. If you're at a great game and things are popping off, download Wunderfan and earn cash rewards for watching a great game live. But Wunderfan, more specifically, works for bad games. For example, if you go to a game that's a blowout and you spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars just to make that happen, whether it's nice seats, air travel, hotels, you go to a national championship game, like the very tickets we handed out, or God forbid, you're going to the Final Four or the Super Bowl, and you just watch your team get curb stomped, absolutely blown down to bits, your doors ripped open off its hinges, and you watch your team get decimated, mutilated, and curb stomped. You're going to feel pretty bad. Emotionally, you're going to be a shell of a man. Financially, you're probably in a hole. Wunderfan can help you get some of that money back just by being there. Download the Wunderfan app and earn cash rewards every single time you go to a game or even near a stadium. You get money right to you. You could redeem for cash rewards for amazing brands. You get vouchers to Starbucks, McDonald's, Panda Express, Home Depot, Southwest. Yeah, you could effectively go to a game, watch a game, have your flights covered, get an Airbnb. We also have gift vouchers for that. My point is, you could have a lot of payments taken care of just by having Wunderfan downloaded and being used at the game. You're earning money back just by doing the stuff you were already doing, right? There's no more sunken costs. It's actually just gifts. Of course, if you don't go to the game, you can always earn by being at home, thanks to the scroll feature on Wunderfan. If you have the Wunderfan app open, you could see the feed feature where you literally I kid you not, you can literally earn cash rewards as the sun rays are coming through my light. Let me adjust the camera here real quick. You can earn cash rewards just by consuming social media. And I do mean consuming. Just every time you scroll, cha-ching, that's cash rewards right to you. Just by scrolling on social media. That's the Wunderfan app. Okay. Let's talk NFL playoffs, talk about the Natty, and then we'll get you out of here. I think it was a really, really good divisional round. What are my critiques? Well, we'll start with the first game. You'd have to be just the stupidest person alive, completely ignorant and just blatantly dumb to think that every single time a flag gets thrown in favor of the Chiefs, that it's purely because of what happened in the game. Right? Purely because of the plays that happened in the game. That's why the Chiefs just got that penalty in their favor. I mean, you'd have to be so dumb. In fact, I envy you if you could walk around with just that level of naiveness, that lack of understanding, just walking around with big dumb eyes going, wow, this is great. Football is fun. Like, you have to understand that when these plays happen, and if it's a maybe penalty, the Chiefs get that every time. And other teams just don't. We saw it 2 weeks ago. Josh Allen was having a conversation with the official after a possible PI simply wasn't called. This is after the play happened. An official had to come over and talk to him, maybe even state his case. We've never, ever seen that with the Chiefs. It's always Mahomes with his little hands, confused or throwing a tantrum if he doesn't get bailed out on 3rd and 9, right? Or 3rd and 12. Like, that's the most recurring, like, it's scheduled. It's like a scheduled payment. 3rd and 12. They don't get it. Yellow flag comes flying in. That's what's crazy to me, is how a lot of people it's just normalized. And like, that's cool. And it's not cool. Like, it's not cool. Troy Aikman is finally starting to, I guess, speak about this. You know, you don't hear a lot of broadcasters going off on that because I don't think they can. I think they would get in trouble with the league. Troy Aikman is being brutally honest and saying exactly how these calls are happening. And I think it's great because every fan knows it's coming and we're just numb to it by now. We're just numb. Like, watching Patrick Mahomes get a roughing the passer call to go in his favor and then thinking, wow, I guess that makes sense. That's football. That's like watching WWE and thinking to yourself, wow, sports are magical, man. I mean, you just can't make this up. You couldn't script this. Really? Because I think you can. I think they just did. Pen to paper has been published. I have a lot of problems with that. And I've been very vocal about that. But I'm glad that nature is healing. If you look on social media, that's all people talk about during Chiefs games. I don't think that will change a thing going forward. But I'm glad I'm not the only one wearing a tinfoil hat. I'm glad we have professional broadcasters saying it as well. That's cool. But other than that, though, yeah, we need the Chiefs in there. We do. We need the Chiefs to be alive for as long as possible. That's just the truth. You can't just not have them. They got to be there. Like if you think about the Chiefs and rooting for these villains, having these villains stick around, it's such good television. Rooting against somebody, hating some. If your team isn't playing, you could easily get behind whoever's playing the Chiefs, easily. And so for that reason, I think it's great that the Texans did not beat the Chiefs and that the Chiefs won in the way that they did. Disgusting push, if that. But you see my point? It's totally awesome at the end of the day, having a team you just completely despise at a cellular level, right? Like down to the molecules. I hate everything about the Chiefs at a molecular level. It's phenomenal to be able to root against them so passionately. Like if you have two teams that you like moderately like don't care about, there's no passion. Unless of course until you gamble, then you have financial passion. But then we get down the whole gambling route where it's like, okay, well, what if you just want to root against? You can't, right? Because I think about like what happens if the Texans just went on this insanity run. Like, let's say the Texans just decided like that we're that good, we are that team. Like the Texans beat the Chargers, they beat the Chiefs, and then they beat the Bills because they already did it earlier in the year. What happens if that happens? Like, and you have Texans versus the Rams, or not even the Rams, Texans versus the Commanders. Like, I know the Commanders are fun, but like, are you really that interested in the Commanders? Like, if you have two teams that you don't really hate, I guess you can kind of get behind. It's not that exciting. Could be a good game, and it could be a great opportunity for new blood, fresh faces, right? But by and large, you want these. If you can't get behind a team, and like, because I think the Bills have done a very good job of getting people excited about them, that you could root for them and just root for Josh Allen, right? Because he's just so damn likable. But I think it's great that the Chiefs are still here because you have two polar sides of emotions, right? Josh Allen, who you love to death and very much want to see get a ring, versus Patrick Mahomes, who pretty much across America is not necessarily liked. Not as a dude, but right here. Everyone in America wants Josh Allen to win, and everyone in America wants Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs to lose. Holy shit, they're playing each other. Everyone's counting on Josh Allen. That's pretty cool. Like the multiverse. You've seen those awesome memes of the maps of the US where you have one dot, and that's literally Kansas City. I'm sure it's honestly just the Kansas City Stadium and the parking lot size dot. It's Arrowhead and Arrowhead's parking lot. That's the dot of red of who wants Kansas City to win. And the rest of America is blue for the Bills. That's pretty cool. That's some unification right there. I think Josh Allen could be an American hero if he beats Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. That's pretty cool. Like, that's a win for America. Like, Lamar Jackson could have been an American hero too. Everyone would have been rooting for Lamar and Derrick Henry easily. We would have bled purple, but we can bleed blue this week. That's pretty cool. Really worried about the game, though. Really worried. I said this yesterday in a video where I'm impersonating, Jump. I don't know, Jump. Really worried, Jump. Roma. Oh, Jump. I don't know, Jump. I'm worried. Because to me, I think this is the exact formula that favors the Chiefs. The Bills already beat the Chiefs this year, so they have the tape. It's a new venue. It's not in Buffalo. We're going to the Dragon's Lair in Kansas City. Not to mention, Patrick Mahomes is a lot different than he is in the regular season as he is in the playoffs. When he's in the playoffs, he's sort of immortal. And he's a lot smarter with his body, with the refs. All right, here we go. We got a phone call. Here we go. Yes, hello. It's the Wunderfan show. Who might you be?
Yes, my name is John Doe. I am a huge fan and a card-carrying Wonderfan lover.
John Doe, like the villain from Seven.
Is that what his name was?
That's who Kevin Spacey was, the murdering sociopath. But go ahead.
Okay, maybe I don't want to be that person then.
All right, John Doe. What can I do for you?
Well, what's on your mind? What do you want to talk about? There's so much to talk about.
I was just in the middle of discussing how I'm a little nervous regarding the Kansas City Chiefs Buffalo Bills game. I'm a little nervous that this game is everything a Chiefs fan or a Chiefs player could want. Like, they got the Bills right under their thumb every playoffs. No matter what happens in the regular season, I'm just so worried we're walking into a trap again with this game.
So why are you worried? Is your son part of the team, or why is there so much consternation?
The consternation, John Doe, stems from the fact that I'm going to be physically sick to my stomach if I gotta sit through 2 weeks of more Chiefs media surrounding a Super Bowl. Like, I just don't care anymore. I'm just so over it. I want something new. And I'm going to be so sick because think of all the great interviews and attention we can get on Josh Allen and this Bills team. But we'd have to trade it all for just this. It's just like the Chiefs. It's like their second home is wherever the Super Bowl is. Like, they go back to there. It's like, it's just so routine, so formulaic. It's the same. I don't care. I'm not anti Taylor Swift, but God, I don't care about the shots anymore. We don't need to see her in the press box. We know she's there. We know Mama Kelsey's there. We know. Stop it. Stop it.
Two things. One, you may have testicular cancer if you're not feeling well and you're sick all the time.
What?
And two, they are going to win. So if you are really going to feel bad if they win, start feeling bad now. I mean, Kansas City's going to win. You know they're going to win. You know the refs are going to help them. You know everybody in the NFL wants the Chiefs there. You know they want a three-peat. It's going to happen. This is the matchup everybody wants, but it's going to be Kansas City. So if I can put your mind at ease, or at least spread out the pain, and you could start feeling it now, the Chiefs are going to win against Buffalo, and they're going to win their Super Bowl too.
That's my concern, John Doe, is that as much as I want Josh Allen to pull it off, and I want him to be an American hero because he's doing this for America, I don't think the Bills have a snowflake's chance in hell, unfortunately, because it's not just Bills versus Chiefs. It's Bills versus communism. It's Bills versus the church. It's Bills versus Taylor Swift. It's Bills versus these forces of pure domination that they just can't. It's Bills versus television ratings. It's Bills versus money. It's Bills versus Roger Goodell. It's Bills versus the rules of the game and the goalposts that constantly move regarding a pass interference or roughing the passer. The Bills don't have a snowflake's chance in hell, and it sickens me.
Right. I agree. They're going to have to play perfect, and even being perfect isn't going to do it.
Right.
No turnovers. And I don't think they're that skilled of a team. Allen's great, but, they barely threw the ball yesterday. Their defense is middling. I think their coach is pretty good at making halftime adjustments and game planning. That's about it. But, who on that team scares you other than Allen? It's just a very mediocre team. So,
yeah,
perfection isn't going to get it done, probably.
And that's the other thing too, is that think about how good the Bills played yesterday and how on the other end of that spectrum, god awful the Ravens played. The Ravens were atrocious. I mean, they were turning the ball over at will, and they barely lost. That's why I'm fearful. I think the Ravens were our best hope, and they're gone. I think Josh Allen is so fun and so awesome. He's a golden retriever the size of a center in the NBA who could throw a damn good football. That's cool. Right. And that's so easy to rally behind. We all love a good golden retriever. We all love a good golden, but I just don't know, Jim. I don't know.
What do you like golden doodles?
No, I do not like. I think poodles are. I think poodles are a damnation. They're so strange looking. Like when I look at a golden doodle, I just see human eyes, and I just think of someone with a big old beard. And I just never been a fan of poodles. And people are like, it's kind of like a thing. Like if you're a doodle person, you probably grew up with them and you love nothing else. Like you just every time one dies, oh, we had to bury, Fluffy. Well, we got Mittens. I don't know. You just get another one. It's just rinse and repeat. For me, that's golden retrievers. I can't. I just for the life of me, I just don't like. I don't like the concept of them. Golden doodles. I mean, they're not even dogs. They're people, right? They don't shed. They lose their hair, right? Isn't that why they're so popular in the allergy community? Because they don't shed fur. It's just human hair that they're releasing. It's hair, right?
Yeah, it is hair.
Yeah.
Let's get off that topic.
Yeah.
I think you're going to lose half your audience because they are a beloved species.
Sure.
Everybody's got one.
Sure.
What do you think about the football game tonight, the NCAA championship game? Is this a blowout?
That's the other thing is we talked about this last week on the show, and I'll answer this question, then I'm going to let you go, John Doe. I think tonight's game, I think it could go one of two ways, and both ways are somewhat disappointing. I think no matter what happens in the end, you're going to just feel like, all right. Like, it's the Ohio State does not have the weight that Kansas City does, where you're just going to be visibly, physically ill watching them win. Like, Ohio State wins, you're like, okay, well, like for many people, they're already moved on to college basketball. They're already done. Like, this season is so long. The college football season is almost insufferable how long it is because, like, oh shit, there's a game today. Like, this time last year, it's all NBA on Martin Luther King Day. And we have a national championship tonight. So I think no matter what happens, the damage is not that significant. It's pretty moderate. But at the end of the day, either Ohio State wins and they're just villains, or Notre Dame wins, who's not as villainous. But it's like, pick your poison. It's like Yankees, Dodgers. I know Marcus Freeman's done a great job changing the culture, making Notre Dame likable. It's still Notre Dame, right? If it walks like a duck, sounds like a duck, it is most definitely a duck.
A duck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, both these teams have played 4 games.
Right.
Which is a lot. That's crazy. And then, sustained injuries throughout, which is hard. It's hard on these kids. These guys are kids. So
I think the buys are probably gonna go. The first round buys were not helpful to anybody. Those are gone, or at least changed. Oregon got screwed. A couple other teams got screwed. Penn State was given a gift basket until Notre Dame beat him, which was great. But yeah, I think no matter what happens tonight, you're just gonna turn off the TV at 9 p.m. when the game's over, the confetti shower hits. You're just gonna be like, oh, whatever. Right? I don't think it will be a close game. I don't think it'll go to overtime. I think it's gonna be like, oh, there'll be one point in the game where it could be kind of close. Like maybe Notre Dame could score, go for 2, make it interesting. Maybe. That's it. I think you'll be like, okay, yeah, all right. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think Ohio State wins.
Yep.
I think Notre Dame sticks around, but I think ultimately Ohio State covers too.
Yep, I agree.
I take the over. I think there'll be points.
Okay.
The over is the easiest play for me. And then Egbuka is my guy that I'm hitching my wagon to and taking like receiving totals, and I think he's going to have a good game. They're going to try and stop Jeremiah Smith, and he's going to go off and do well.
That's a good angle. Well, John Doe, thank you for your time, and wherever you're driving, it sounds like you're in the car. Drive safe. Be well.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was a good chat. John Doe, who, by the way, is a very menacing villain in the movie Seven. One of the scariest characters ever. So him taking John Doe as his alias should have been a red flag. I wouldn't have paired that voice with that name. All right, someone else is calling. Yes, hello. It's Wunderfan show. Who is this?
This is King of Birds. I'm sorry to bother, but I just have one question real quick.
Sure. Yeah. What's up, King of Birds? Good to have you back.
So I just want to say this real quick. I like to be on your streams, but like on Mondays and Thursdays, I'm sorry to bother you about this, but on 2 o'clocks, I'm not really home.
Right.
So maybe like on one of like Monday or Thursday, I don't care which one. Could you maybe move it back to like 3:30 or something if that works for you? But it's okay if you can't.
King of Birds. That's you know, we can't make company-wide exceptions. I will take note of your case because you are a very good caller about getting clips. But unfortunately, this is where the show is and will survive. But thank you for calling in when you do. Be well, King of Birds.
Yep, see you. I'll try and make it, okay?
All right, good man. He's a good man. But no, we are not moving the show if he has a conflict. I am not scheduling coordinator for the King of Birds. Okay, so that's a good place to stop for the NFL playoffs for now. I think I made my point. I think no matter what happens in the Bills Chiefs, we're all in agreement that going into this game, we all want Josh Allen to win. I think that's pretty cool. Good unity for the country. Then again, if the Chiefs win and they three-peat, or even if they don't, we're watching them in anticipation they don't three-peat. I guess that's fun. At the end of the day, we are witnessing greatness with the Chiefs, and that's cool for history's sake. Kind of a, I guess, it's not very, you can't see it right now, right? It's hard to appreciate that now, but you will, right? It's Bulls fans back in the day, Chiefs fans now. It's a traditionally bad organization that becomes forever immortalized in gold because of one generational dynasty. So, I don't know. Fun to think about. I am a little worried that, for the time being, we might get a Chiefs three-peat, and it could be insufferable. But what are you going to do? Not much here except complain about it. Okay, and on to the Natty. That's tonight. We gave our tickets away last week. That was a great giveaway show. A lot of fun. Really looking forward to all the content we're getting from them. I do have something to say in regards to the venue itself. Obviously, Wunderfan, we're very venue friendly. We love venues. Shout out to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the venue tonight of the Natty where the Falcons play. Have you guys seen the prices of the goods at the concession stands tonight? Holy shit. $2 soda, $2 pretzel, $3 hot dog, $3 French fries. Wow. That's amazing. I know the ticket prices to go to this game were outrageous. And it's like, oh, thanks for the hot dog. I'm already $1,000 in the hole. But that's to be expected. It's a national championship featuring 2 iconic universities. The least they could do is throw prices back our way like this. This is great. Very, very awesome to see. If I go to a Kings game, a Sacramento Kings game, and I want a bottle of water, I need my father there to act as a cosigner to make that purchase as a guarantor. That's how expensive a bottle of water on a Tuesday night in Sacramento. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. It just makes me sick sometimes at the prices of the concessions at games. Like, I don't need to take out a loan to get enchiladas or nachos. I don't want to. So, like, I mean, a natty anywhere else, not in Atlanta. If you want a hot dog, fries, and a soda, bring a blanket and a pillow because you're sleeping in your car for the next 6 months. You're going to be so financially underwater, it's not even going to be funny. So good on Atlanta. Good on Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Of course, if you're at the game, use Wunderfan app and earn cash rewards just for being there. You already spent a couple grand to get there. Good on them for making the goods cheap. How about this? Cash rewards go back to you just for being there. You're welcome from your fans and your fan. Your fans. We're fans of you, but we're also your friends at Wunderfan. Okay. Yeah, I already went over my prediction for the game tonight. I think no matter what happens, and this is going to be evergreen for tomorrow. So this is today, Monday. I think the game will be fine. Ohio State will probably win and cover. It may be moderately close for a second, but no matter what happens, we're just going to go, yeah, okay. Like an Ohio State win isn't nearly as painful as like a Chiefs win or even a Celtics win for that matter. Like when the Celtics won the finals and we had to watch Jason Tatum shove every other NBA Finals champion signature moment down our throats, but he was just doing sort of like a Walmart version of all their celebrations, like everything's possible, like or the Steph Curry moment. You put a ring on it, like or taking the photo like Kobe with the trophy in the showers. That was insufferable. That sucked. The corniest superstar ever continues to corny himself to death. I don't think Ohio State is that level. I also think the college football season's already done. Like, it's so far over. You already had your moment of pure despair. Indiana already lost on a Friday night in front of everyone in Notre Dame. I'll say it again, though. For all my Hoosiers out there, congratulations. Your only 2 losses of the entire season was to the national champion and the runner-up. No matter what happens tonight, the Hoosiers' only 2 losses were to the champion and the runner-up. I can't say that enough. Everyone's sitting here telling me that Indiana is hot dog water and that their schedule that they were given was something out of Make-A-Wish and that they're just a Temu football team that you could buy in the TikTok shop and sell. No, we are not. The Hoosiers had a great year and they're a really good team. And they lost badly to Ohio State and they lost kind of badly to Notre Dame. Well, those losses are significant. At least we didn't lose to Northern Illinois or to Michigan because we beat Michigan. So in a way, Indiana is technically the national champion. Nope. Well, actually, Indiana is technically the national champion using the property of, what's the math property? I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've done math or even used an equation. I'll think of it. It'll come to me. Well, actually, Indiana's the national champion because we beat Michigan, who beat Ohio State, and we actually are geographically located near Northern Illinois. So it's technically like we beat Notre Dame too, even though we lost both those teams. Well, actually, I'll shut up. I will be quiet. You don't need to hear that from me. I don't want to be that guy. That's the guy. I'm becoming the man I swore I'd destroy. Is that guy. Okay. Any more messages on the Wunderfan end other than download our app? We're crushing it, by the way, across the country. Oh my God, it's insane. The amount of users, the amount of money people are making on the Wunderfan app. People are saying it's too good to be true. How are you guys making money? We're making money in the sense that people are on the app and guys are using it. Guys, girls, everyone's using Wunderfan. That's how we have value. Is that we are used, which is great. It's really, really great. Okay. Let's see here. I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, that's all I kind of want to talk about. Everything else is, we'll dive in deeper in the show this week. I guess NFL predictions going forward. I still have my Eagles as my NFC champion. I love that. Ravens lost. That's too bad. I had the Ravens winning that game. That sucks. But, you know, what do I want to see? I want to see Commanders Bills. That'd be great. What do I think will happen? You know what I think will happen. It's the very thing I warned you about 2 weeks ago. Eagles Chiefs. I said it here. I said, look out. Here comes the Spider-Man. Look out. Here comes a game that we don't want, but we very well will get. Well, we are 2 games away from that. And when I mean 2 games away, I mean one afternoon. We are one afternoon away from that being a real possibility. Are you ready for that? I hate when a whole football season ends up being something we've already seen. We know it. We know it. I want a new movie, right? Remember when The Force Awakens came out? But it was just Star Wars A New Hope made in 2015. Like everything was the same. Same formula, same plot devices, same characters, but same versions of the characters, but also new versions of the same type of character. It's the same movie. Well, here, Eagles Chiefs might be the exact same movie. Like we're about to see an Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl where the Chiefs win because Jalen Hurts looks like a shell of himself right now. The only difference is Saquon Barkley is actually a beast, and it's amazing to watch. AJ Brown's reading books on the sideline. Devontae Smith isn't going to make it to the Super Bowl. Seems like every week Devontae Smith runs some crazy route across the middle and just gets baptized every week. Like that dude's CTE is going to hit next week. I'm so sorry. It looks like he's one concussion away from throwing up gang signs like Tua Tagovailoa. Like that guy is so durable. It's so awesome if he's actually not getting the effects of CTE. It's not awesome if he is. But yeah, no, I think we're in very much in play to get Chiefs Eagles again, but a much shittier game, unfortunately, because this Eagles team is not that past Eagles team. They don't even try the tush push anymore. I mean, they try, but it's not the same. Not without our dear Kelsey, rest in peace to his football career. Of course, he's still alive. Thank God. Okay. That's kind of it. Remember, download Wunderfan. Use it at any game you go to. You're going to see us on social media. We're making some big pushes, making some big moves. It's going to be a big semester for all you college kids if you're using Wunderfan. You guys are going to make so much money just doing the stuff you were already doing. It's not even funny. That's what Wunderfan is. Wunderfan is a rewards app for stuff you'd already be doing. We're just here to give you something for it because we're your friends. I Wunderfan. Okay, enough out of me. We're done for the day. Thank you to all that showed up. King of Birds. Can't say enough about him. The guy's a stud. But no, I will not change the schedule of the show, our nationally acclaimed show, to fit around your calendar. Thank you for asking, though. Does mean a lot. Okay, ciao.